Okay, so now that we have our space rendered, we're going to go into our sheet layers again and start to make sheets. Now, the only thing that's different about this from 2D, at least for our purposes, is how the viewports are going to work. So if you go View, create viewport, and you select your layer. Now, over here, you can adjust things like the plan view and the rendering, which I'm going to show you in a minute why those are important. You can adjust them afterwards, but you can adjust them here first, which is how you should do it. But I'm going to show you what happens if you don't select any of this stuff. Okay, and it just makes a wireframe view of the top of the space. Basically what you would see if you hit the 2D plan view in the design layers. But say you want something a little bit more exciting, like you want this to render. If you hit this and then go over to here, background render, say I want this to be a final quality renderworks, and I hit OK. Now you're going to go, what the heck? There's this weird orange and red line box thing around my thing. Well, that's because you actually need to update every time you do a rendering. And up here, there'll be a red update button. And hit that, and it will update with the proper rendering. And it does this so that if you're like clicking through rendering options, it doesn't try to re-render this too many times. You'll see like the little teapot that says it's loading. This is going to take a minute because this is final quality renderworks, and there's quite a bit of stuff here. So I'm going to actually, now that I've done this, I'm going to change it to OpenGL just because that'll render a little bit faster. But again, it's going to give me the, not going to change anything, it's just going to do a little box. I hit update. And there we go. So that, so OpenGL is a lot faster. Now notice you can't use the flyover tool. So how am I supposed to show this in various views? Well, that's what those plan views are for. So you have different options on that. So here you have the view as top in the object info palette. You can do a front view. Now again, you're going to have to hit update. Now because you have your wall here, so what I do is I actually put the, if I know I'm going to do something like this, I make this wall in a different class, so I can turn that class off. Then I can have a view through. So if you do a front view with this, you're going to have a wall in your way. So if you make this wall a different class, then you can get rid of that wall, and then you will see from the back of the auditorium. But one of the more useful ones, if you're just trying to show a rendering on a sheet layer, is to go to View, and you have options like Right Isometric. Again, you got to hit Update. And now you have a view of your space from the side that kind of showcases what it will look like. So if you're doing a call-out view or something just to show an idea, so say you're doing, your whole package is just like ground plan section, but you want to show some isometric views just to show what type of ideas you're talking about. This is a great way to do that. Is to create these, and then you can adjust the scale so you have like your full ground plan view next to it. Maybe that's in quarter inch, but maybe this is in like 1/16. I'll update it. And this is just something that's like a little call out on the side so that people sort of know like what the idea is behind the drawing that you're doing. Everything after that, after these, really these tools about view and rendering type, everything's pretty much the same. You publish the same by going up and hitting File, Publish, and adding your sheet layers into here and doing that whole process. So all of that stuff's really the same. It's just the viewports that change. They just get a little bit more advanced. And all you're really doing is just selecting how you want it to be viewed in your viewport. Which version of the 3D view do you want? You can create custom views. However, most of the stock ones, right, isometric, front, side, all that, will likely do what you need it to do. So that is the final video. And enjoy your projects this week. And I'll see you next week.